Hello, my Aries High Vibe Tribe. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. This has been a really interesting week, hasn't it been? I'm recording this on Friday, October 13. Are you superstitious? Actually, I think the number 13 has been hijacked for a long, long time. I was just reading information about how, when they switched calendars, now can't remember, Julian calendar, Gregorian calendar, whatever the calendar is that we currently utilize. The months were actually broken down in the year for 13 months instead of 12. There's so many things that correlate to that number 13, which I find really interesting why they decided to change it. I haven't really dived deep to find out, but anyway, to me, it's just another day. Hope you're enjoying your Friday. So I have had some emotional roller coaster this past week. I feel really good today. So I did go into meditation. I asked if I should, do these readings for next week to get those ready for release. And I was given a resounding yes. So I am going to be pulling a card from the secret language of light, because Spirit is wanting us to really work on elevating ourselves, elevating our energy, going within, finding our answers, all the things that I've been talking about. And then I'm going to, once I pull that card, I'm going to do a Celtic cross to give you guidance for the week. And at the end, I'm going to pull your 5 main themes. So your secret language of light card is grounding. So if you look at that beautiful image on the card, right? So it's so the imagery is just beautiful, because you've got this beautiful light that is supposed to be our higher selves and the God source coming down through the tree of life, right? And hitting our beautiful earth. And then we are just little tiny but magnificent beings way down there on the earth. So I'm going to read a little bit of what the guidance is for this card number 6, which 6s are about perseverance, just so you know. Grounding, anchor into the earth and always feel at home. Circumstances have affected your energy. You may be feeling disconnected, scattered, or overwhelmed. You may be bumping into things or forgetting if you lock the door or turn the iron off when you left home. Stop whatever you are doing and breathe. Let yourself be there. Call your dispersed energy back to your heart. Imagine any imbalances or excess energy flowing into the earth, and feel the calmness of nature in exchange. Nature uses this energy for growth and expansion. This is a symbolic, co-creative process. Oh, it's a symbiotic. Sorry. I can read. Honest. Co-creative process that we need to remember and honor. When you recenter, you'll begin to feel more aligned, relaxed, and at peace. This may also be a message to spend more time outside. Nature lovingly resets our energy. It holds no judgment, but simply allows and accepts. Okay, I think that's a great card. We could all use a little bit more grounding, especially with all the news that's kind of been out there. Okay, what do our Aries need to know this week? I am doing a Celtic cross. This is what the box looks like for that card deck. It's actually quite big. The cards are actually quite big too. And that was a gift from my daughter. I think my daughter bought those cards for me. And I love the imagery on them. Okay, what do our Aries need to know for this week? Please, Spirit. Let's bring in the highest and best for our Aries. What do they need to know? What is going to assist them on their path? What is supporting them? Okay. Here we go. Aries, your main focus. Main focus is all about you. You have the wheel. Woo! Kick ass. Oh man, this is good stuff. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, Aries. So this energy is representing you in this moment of time and in this week. And this is the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is constantly moving, right? So this is telling me that this past week and probably energies that have been working up to this coming week, the week of October the 15th through the 21st, which is what this reading is for, is that you have come to completion of some kind. And this last week when I was doing the readings, it all felt as though people were really working on a lot of self-discovery, a lot of going within themselves, finding out the things that really made them tick, the things that they're trying to create for their life. And what this is telling me is you've been doing your work. So good job, Aries, okay? But this also is saying that the wheel is constantly moving. There's going to be more creations. And even though you've done this work, your work is never really done. But the good thing is, what's helping or hindering you is the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant energy really represents Taurian energy, which is a grounded energy. And you can see this individual is sitting cross-legged. So he's in meditative state. He's completely blissed out. Because really what he wants to do is he wants ascension. He wants to go right up there and go to the God source. And the interesting thing about that is that that energy is actually also what he's bringing down to earth, right? So not only does he want to go up, but he wants to bring it down. The Hierophant is an energy of guidance and of inner wisdom. It's also a energy of Hierophant, personal development, right? So this is a beautiful card, Aries. This represents what you will be working with and manifesting this next week, because this is helping you settle some things. Now, both of those cards are major arcana. It does mean that that energy is going to be working. You'll be working with that energy for a bit, right? It's not going to be a one and done type of a deal. That usually will happen with the minor arcana, but not necessarily the majors. The majors usually take much longer for us to work through. So what I'm seeing that is happening for this coming week is there's going to be some distractions for you. So the devil energy has to do with negative blocks, or it has to do with self-doubt. Those are all just messages, right? Those are all things that we say to ourselves. It's all the messages that we say. We tear ourselves down instead of build ourselves up. And basically what Spirit is saying is, come back to center. And I really feel as though if you actually get into the practice this next week of grounding every single day before you walk out your door, make sure you ground your body, bring in the white light, protect your space, right? Because we need to protect our space all the time now. This energy should be dissipated for you. So the thing about the devil card, as you can see, so this is a card about addictions. And I do feel as though some of you, not all of you, some of you, maybe a few of you, have allowed yourself, because of all the stuff that's happening on the planet, some of you may be kind of drowning that, or trying to anesthetize that, or trying to comfort yourself in some way. And maybe you're comforting yourself in a way that isn't always the most healthy way for you, right? And it's not like this is a bad thing. There's no judgment there, because we're all on our own paths. We're all doing our own thing, really. Because this is where your mind is at. But is that really where you want your mind to be? Wouldn't you rather want to be more at peace and more centered and more grounded, right? Because I feel like this is the reason why this card came in. Your foundation and what is supporting you, you have this 8 of Swords. So the 8 has to do, this 8 of Swords has to do with monkey brain. This is the thoughts that you consistently run through your mind. And if you look at her, she looks like she's really bound up. She's got the blindfold on, and she's got all these squawking birds around her. And the 8 of Swords in the Rider-Waite deck is the woman that is standing, right, that is bound up. She's got the 8 swords behind her. She's got her blindfold on, but she could easily get out of that situation, just as you can. If you look at this card, her eyes are open. This is her. She's looking in the mirror, and that's what she sees, right? She just sees herself as completely balled up. And why is this supporting you? Because you know how to get yourself out of this. You know how to get yourself away from that monkey brain. And that's just by changing your perception, changing your thoughts, reaching up and taking off the blindfold and really seeing reality. This card is telling me that some of you are afraid to see the things that are being revealed. Some of you are afraid to see what happens next. And so what that is telling me is that, you're allowing your fears, you're allowing the idea of fear to control you. And that's what this is, right? You're allowing the fears from the outside. You're allowing the fears from the stories you're watching. You're allowing the fears from the news, or you're allowing the fears of all of the propaganda and stuff, all the stuff that's going on, like even all the stuff with the election and with Trump and with Biden, all the stuff. And Spirit is telling you what you really need in order to really to support yourself is to really go within, step into yourself, slow down a little bit, take a break from those things that are outside that are like winding you up, right? Because that will then truly support your true path. But you have to put a stop to those things that are coming in, that are outside of you, external from you, to allow you to really see your true divinity, to really step into your mastery, to really step into your sovereignty, okay? And I use those words a lot because they're powerful, they're meaningful. Everyone knows what they need, and they feel it. They feel it in their heart. They feel it within themselves. I am a sovereign being, right? Okay. What's in your past is the 9 of Cups. This is your wish card. The 9 of Cups represents a progression, because obviously you want to make it to the 10 of Cups, which is all about, happy home, happy life, happy, happy, happy. And this card is like the one card, one cup away. So that is all those feelings within. And I don't feel as though this energy is in the past for all of you. I feel like some of you are still embodying some of that energy. You remember what it feels like, so that's what you want to create for yourselves. The near future, within this next week or within the next few days, you're going to be feeling this 8 of Pentacles. This 8 has to do, eights have to do with advancement. And this individual is burning the midnight oil. She is really throwing herself into research. She's really focusing on studies. She's trying to gain as much information as she possibly can. And if you're a researcher, or if you are a deep diver into the truth, those types of things, I can see how that may be coming into play for some of you next week. But the other part of this card is that, you know, she's building skills. So for some of you, you're going to do the deep dive because you just can't help yourself. You want to know more about all the stuff that's being uncovered. For others of you, this is a call for you to do more spiritual development. Okay, this is digging into deeper realms of spiritual knowledge, spiritual awareness. And I think that's a great thing to tap into. So the next thing is your long-term energies. And your long-term energies is this beautiful Strength card. This card is one of my favorites. If you look at her, she actually does represent strength, right? She's got kind of this lion side to herself, because this does tap into the Aries or the Leo energy. But this is all about inner strength, inner willpower, your ability to be able to go to into any type of a situation and come from your heart, because there's a heart here on her chain. But she's gentle as a lamb, but she's as fierce as a lion. And I feel like you're embracing that energy yourself. This is where your free will comes into play. Because we all have free will. You might dive deep into yourself and you might think, well, where is my energy really needed? And this is all about you, right? So let's say you have conversations with people that this is where you're standing up for yourself, and this is where you are taking back your personal power, is really what this is about, right? So that's not even a bad thing to do as an exercise, as tomorrow is the new moon. So I hope you do your new moon manifestations for tomorrow. Call back all of your fragments through all lifetimes, right? Call back everything that is external to you, that belongs to your part of this, the soul that's within your body. This part of your body is part of a bigger mass collection, I would say, a grouping of souls. So call back all of your fragments, anything that is external that has been lost through the ages and the eons, because we've had so many lives, right? Call all that energy back to yourself, because I think if you were to do that exercise, you would be able to tap more into your abilities as a soul in a physical body. You're a spiritual being having a physical experience, okay? So you would be pulling that information in so that you can utilize it. I love this card. Okay, Aries. External influences. Okay, so the external influences is this 5 of Cups. Now, this card is a card about changes coming in, and it has to do with emotions. This is stuff that's the external influences, so it makes complete sense that there's a lot of loss happening on the planet right now, that there are people in mourning. If you look at her, she is in a state of depression. She is in a state of sadness because she's mourning, and you can see the energy draining out of her and being sucked right down, right? Can you see that energy flowing? It's just leaking out of her and just circling down and just falling down. So this is external influences. You need to be aware of this energy. When you feel that what's happening out there, again, is affecting you, you can feel your energy draining, right out of your body. You can feel when your light quotient drops. You can feel when the love in your heart is not being accessed, right? When you recognize those signs for yourself, you know exactly what to do. Sit down, take a deep breath, go within, ground your body, protect your space with the white light, bring in your higher self, call in the God of your heart, and ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for peace, ask for the love to be returned to you. And sit in that space for a few minutes. Sit in that space for as long as you need until you can feel that love reopening in your heart center. I always see energy as flowing, but it's always flowing, right? It's always flowing, moving up. And it's also flowing, coming down. That's kind of the way that when I see the white light come in, it doesn't just like a beam of white light. It really does it's a gentleness, this gentle energy that I see in my mind's eye that flows, right? And it just kind of, I don't know. That's the way that I see it. And anyway, when you tap into that part of yourself, then you're able to kind of recognize and realize that what you really are doing is you're processing feelings for those things outside of you. Those things will affect us long term. We are in a place right now where we are healing a lot of the stuff that's coming up, because we are in this spiritual war, and we are on the light side. We want everything to be love and light. But in order for that energy to really be created and be aligned on this planet, we have to go through this dark night of the soul, right? Planetary dark night of the soul. So don't beat yourself up if you feel these things. You've been, you know what to do to help get you through those difficulties. And your next card is your future feelings. And your future feelings is the Page of Swords. Again, this is another person that likes to do some deep diving. Like, she likes to dig into knowledge. She's got tons of ideas. This is a younger type of a person, a younger energy. Could be somebody that is your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter, your cousin, like somebody younger than you that is full of these great ideas and all of this stuff. And what this card is about, of course, is again another card of learning, another card of going deeper. So I feel like these all tie in together. The other thing that this card could represent is a message, because pages do represent messengers, like messages. So you could be waiting for information that's going to come and stimulate your mind on some level. You're waiting for a piece of information, okay? Your final card is the Seven of Pentacles. And what I do love about this card is that this is a card where this individual really knows his stuff. He has been able to plant his seeds. He's been able to tend those seeds. He's looking at his creation here. At the same time, there's a bit of a delay because he can't harvest this plant. I'm going to get this closer so you can see it. But he's looking down at his creation here. As you can see, these seeds are way deep in the soil, right? And he's nurtured this. So he does have the ability to be able to create. And this is once again tapping into manifestations. Pentacles have to do with our money and our home life. But this also is saying that there's a slight delay in something because he cannot take this to harvest yet. And at this point, he is looking at this rest period, and he's really evaluating whether or not the work that he has put in is worth the reward. But the other part of the sevens have to do with gaining the experience and confidence. Okay. And that's exactly where he is at this time. So how that may tap into your situation, I really feel as though this reading has a lot more to do with internal work that you'll be working on. And as this card is your final outcome, it's saying, you know, it's always going to be a exercise in you know, continuing to move forward. So personal development is never done. You're constantly working on personal development. But if this were to be about a job, you may be in a place where you're evaluating whether or not this is the right place for you. Meaning, you know, you're coasting along. Are you being stimulated? Is your mind being stimulated? Are you learning? Are you growing? Or are you just making money, right? Where is your heart in all of that? Because that is what this is also asking you to think about. Are you in the job because it is financially rewarding for you? Are you in the job because you absolutely love what you are doing? Because if it doesn't come from a place where you're valuing both, makes you good money, and you absolutely love what you do, then it could very well be that that's what you're thinking about this next week is my effort being recognized? Is my effort being rewarded? Is my, am I feeling fulfilled? So this is what this card represents to me. Okay, Aries, so now I am going to put my glasses on, and I'm going to pull your 5 main themes. And your first card is dog barking. Advice from a friend. Sounds good. Your second card is haystack. Karma. You will reap what you have sown. That's a good card, actually, because then it kind of makes you think, oh, karma, I got to think about my actions. The next card is the staff. You'll be taken care of in difficult times. It's a great card. The next card is a dog. Protection from a powerful friend. I would say that's your angels and your higher self, but it could also be a powerful friend. And your last card is purse. Pay attention to your finances, Aries. Okay, that about wraps up this reading for this next week. Don't forget to do your manifestations. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. And if you are returning, please like every time you click that like button. It really does help because I am noticing when there's more likes on a video, then that video seems to go out further to, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do, is grow our community here. So thank you so much for being here. I wish you the very best. I will be back with you again soon. Take very good care of you and have an amazing new moon tomorrow and solar eclipse. Take care.